Good evening. Welcome to Prime Sports. Here with me, Muftau Nabila Abdullah. Ghana Black Queens head coach Kim Laos has been speaking about the quality of the Black Queens, comparing to that of Nigeria. According to him, the Black Queens, in terms of quality, is not too far off from Nigeria. He also touched on the upcoming friendly match against the three Lionesses, where he says that this is a game where he believes will be quite difficult for the girls.
I think we are close. We maybe today need to accept Nigeria is the #1 in Africa in a women's football. They won the previous AFCON. So until the next one, they are the champions. But we played against them one friendly before the tournament started in the summer, and there was a close game. I actually felt that we were the better team in the start of it. They had the quality to score the goals, so because of that they always stay in the game. But otherwise, I think we are very close to them. But for now, they are the favorites.
Between now and the next AFCON, there are a few months apart. What preparations do you think your team would need heading into that crucial period?
I would love if we can stay together for a couple of weeks before the tournament starts. That's something we will take a look at now when we have qualified for the AFCON. It depends a little bit with the FIFA window and all those kind of things, but that time really helps us when we can spend more trainings, have more meetings and get together. Otherwise, it's difficult when you only have like 2-3 trainings and you have 2 games, because it's almost then more games than actually trainings and meeting, if it makes sense. So that quality time will make the difference if we can have it.
I mean, talking about preparations, the immediate task ahead of this team is that December friendly against England. How big of a friendly or how big of a game is that for you as the head coach and then for the players?
It's a big game, of course. I mean, but I do think the game is maybe more important in the global while, because it's I would say maybe the most difficult team in the world to play against England. Okay, they are probably top 4 in the world, together with Spain, France, and the US right now. I would love to say Sweden, but we actually have dropped a little bit, so we're maybe number 5. But they are one of the best for sure, and they are a team that's just going to keep going. So it's going to be a difficult game for us. But the result in the friendly game against England away is maybe not the most important. I think the fact that they want to play against us. We are talking about the team that potentially can win the World Cup in Brazil. They are not there to just qualify to the tournament. They're going to go there to win it. Okay. And they want to play against us in their preparation for the World Cup. That says that, okay, Ghana, they are good.
Exactly. It gives that clue. But in your own ways as well, will you fancy playing in some of these countries, this level countries, knowing that you need those kind of games to also beef up your squad?
I think so. Over long term, we need to challenge ourselves, even if it's going to be tough and sometimes very, very difficult, more defending than attack, of course, if you play against the best teams in the world. But sometimes you have to do it. It's to find the balance. Sometimes you also need to play against teams that you are better than, so you can practice in the way you want to play in the attack with build up and everything that comes with that. But you need to have a mix, and right now I'm looking forward to the England game, even if I know it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
One person who contributes to the success of Kim Laos is Chris Bafo. He is the video analyst of the Black Queens. According to him, Ghana can adopt data-driven analysis to improve their country's football.
Yeah, so again, I love Ghana. I always wanted to work for Ghana and play for Ghana. I couldn't play for Ghana, so I think being Ghanaian, I saw the best way to get into the system was through analysis, you know. So part of my motivation to be an analyst, to study the courses, was because I knew there was a pathway. Like, analysis is quite popular in the UK where I live, but I know in Africa it wasn't so popular, especially the time I was learning.
Yeah.
So my end goal was, of course, to coach, to get in a coaching role. But I saw analysis as a pathway. And I think being Ghanaian, I know what we're like. I know we like to keep the ball, have many touches, and I know we have very good wingers, you know. So I felt, okay, I know this already. How can I use my knowledge, video and data, to help these people improve? Because I think we have all those attributes, but we sometimes struggle to put it into a game, to score goals from our possession or from our good individual talent on the wings, you know.
That's true.
So I think being Ghanaian helped me realize, okay, having good individual talent is important. Keeping possession is important. But you can be the best team. You can be even better if you can learn how to put this into an outcome, into an end goal, into achieving a result, into scoring more goals, you know. So having that background definitely helped me in analysis for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you've spoken about how it started for you, how you started taking notes and all that. But tell me, what video analysis tool do you mostly rely on or use?
There's a lot available. So in my role as an analyst with the national team, I sometimes help write the courses.
Okay.
So I think the FA's been working on the CAF A license.
Okay.
And I helped out with the analysis module, so the analysis segment of the A license. So there's a lot of tools available. I don't want to be biased, but the ones we use is Huddle Sports Code.
Okay.
It's used across most professional teams. We have an agreement with them. But there's many tools you can use. It's very expensive, so normally you have to be a club. Normally clubs can afford it. Individuals is difficult. But I use Tactic Pro, Tactic Advanced for telestrations. There's NAC Sport for coding. There are several I've used in the past, but yeah, Huddle Sports Code is the one we commonly use.
Yeah. So
from one national team, let's move to another national team, and this time the Black Stars of Ghana. They will be heading to USA, Mexico, and Canada for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Currently, there are lots of conversations surrounding the technical team that will be leading the senior national team. And some have suggested that Otto Addo, who led the team to qualify for the tournament, should be sacked. However, Minister for Government Communications, Felix Kwakye Ofosu, he says that the GFA should rather consider augmenting the technical team to assist them do the right things instead of parting company with Otto Addo.
I like the idea of having one of our own on the touchlines at the World Cup. It's something that gives me a great sense of pride. So I want to see a Ghanaian leading the Black Stars at the World Cup. That is the first point. The second point is that I thought that the discussions about his future were premature. I thought, and these are personal views, I must indicate. I'm not speaking for government on this one. I expressed my views as an MP when the statement was read congratulating the Black Stars for qualifying, and the speaker invited comments from members of parliament. I thought that the discussions about his future were premature. Coming on the heels of such an impressive qualification run. And you need to look at the particulars. Look at the points build up. About 25 points or so, if I'm not mistaken. And then 25 or 26 goals, with just about 6 or 7 conceded. That is impressive by every standard of the word. We beat 3 teams in our group, home and away, which is something that has been rare for the Black Stars in recent times. And we qualified without having to do any complex calculations, as others are doing. So what really, again, is there to warrant the immediate dismissal of the coach? I agree with those who are calling for an improvement in the technical department. I saw that Winfred Schäfer was brought on board. I'm aware that there's a Belgian set-piece expert who is with the team. So you see a clear improvement in the way that we are converting set pieces. There are video analysts and other technical heads. So if there's some shortfall that needs to be addressed, I'm all for it. But I don't think that we should dismiss the coach. And it is for 2 reasons. The first point is that it doesn't show consistency. You know, the chopping and changing has its own difficulty because then it creates inconsistency in the build-up of the team. The second point also is that the World Cup is simply too close for us to take such a gamble. We are 7-8 months away from the World Cup. But you know that international football is like that. National teams don't meet often. So after the November international window, where we play 2 friendly matches, the next opportunity will be what? March. March is just 2-3 months away from the World Cup. Why would you want to dismiss a coach and hire a new person who has to go through the motions again, start from scratch, what time is he going to get to meet with the team, bond with them, hone tactics, and develop the strategies to help us do well at the World Cup? I don't think it is worth it. Yes, Otuado may have his shortfalls, but overall he has not. The performance shows that he's done well. He was the one who qualified us for the 2022 World Cup at the time when we had virtually lost hope in qualification. When the draw came and were pitched against Nigeria, there were many who threw up their hands in despair when we looked at their players, with Seaman, Boniface and Co. But look at the performance that we put up against them. We went all the way to Nigeria to secure qualification. So we went to the World Cup. At the World Cup itself, we were in a difficult group. Portugal is a world-class team. Uruguay is a tough nut to crack. We beat South Korea. We had hoped that we would progress, but we didn't progress. But it wasn't a disgraceful performance, if you ask me, even though we could do better. Now, we didn't qualify for the Cup of Nations. You see, those things happen. There are blips. There are big teams that sometimes struggle. Italy hasn't qualified for the last 2 World Cups or so. But I don't think that you can dismiss Italy as a minnow international football. But they've struggled with qualification. When that happens, you make changes, okay? I agree with the GFA when they retained Otuado, because again, time was simply too short to change coaches. And I don't think that any change was going to have the desired impact. Thankfully, he learned his lessons. He improved upon the team's tactics. The approach improved. We saw that the football got better. We started scoring more goals. And the goals have been scored by several players. It's not just 1 or 2 players getting the goals. Several players. It means that everybody on the field has the capacity to score. And that you see a lot more teamwork. So the manner of qualification suggests improvements. Further improvements can be made with the same coach. But the moment you sack the coach, you disrupt the team and create an unnecessary crisis where you have to start from scratch, so close to a major competition like the World Cup. So I think it should be maintained and encouraged. More hands can be brought on to assist him. And I think that, for me, that is the way to go in this particular instance, yes.
Felix Kwachi, also there speaking to my colleague Fentio Tahiru. Let's still stay with him. He also touched on government's decision to put up a sports fund. This bill is currently before Parliament to be passed. And when it is passed, according to Felix Kwachi Ofosu, it will generate the needed resources required to develop sports in the country.
Well, I think that efforts are still underway to ensure that the bill is finalized and then it comes to Parliament for consideration. Once it does, it will be subjected to the various processes so that when it becomes law, it is robust enough to meet the objectives for which it was drafted in the first place. Yeah.
And what is your hope about this bill? What do you hope that this addresses eventually?
Well, I think that we've had concerns about the state of Ghana sports, football, athletics, boxing, and what have you. The state of infrastructure, the incentive packages for athletes and other sports people. So my belief is that this bill will generate significant resources that enables us invest in sports in a manner that yields the outcomes that we want. Because we cannot expect to perform at the highest level and compete globally when we are not investing what we should in sports. Of course, as you know, relying on government of Ghana funding proves difficult at times because of all the competing needs that we have. So having a dedicated fund that would ensure consistent and regular investment in sports is something that we should all be happy about. And I believe that is what has informed the drafting of this bill. Yes.
There will be Ghana Premier League football happening tomorrow. Let's take a look at the fixtures of matches that will be happening this weekend as the competition enters March Day 8. These are the fixtures right behind me here. Yes. So Bechemi United, they will be in action against Nations FC. And this fixture is happening on Friday. On Saturday, Hohoi United, they are debutants in the Ghana Premier League. They'll come up against Mediama SC. And on Sunday, Kumasi Asante Kotoko returns after their exit from the CAF Confederation Cup. They'll be in action against Kaola United. And Dreams FC, they'll be at home against former champions of the Ghana Premier League, Samatex. And also, we'll have more matches where the likes of Swedro, All Blacks, who are also making a return to the top flight for the first time in 16 years, coming up against Heart of Lions. Bibiani Gold Stars, who are the current defending champions of the Ghana Premier League, they will be at home to Young Apostles. Basake Holy Stars will play Accra House of Oak. Brekum Chelsea, they will play Vision FC. And on Monday, November 3, 11 Wonders, they will come up against Indiana Stars. 11 Wonders, they have had a very difficult start to the Ghana Premier League, and their head coach, Neo Dati Lamte, has walked away from the job. From men's football, which is entering match day 8, the women's competition is starting, and it starts on Friday. Let's take a look at the fixtures of the Women's Premier League as well as the competition starts. The 2025-2026 campaign is starting on Friday. And these are the fixtures. We have FC Savannah coming up against Ampim Dakwan Ladies. And Northern Ladies will play Prison Ladies. Ashtown Ladies will come up against Kumasi Academy. Dreams Ladies will play Tamale Sepa Ladies. And Fosu Royal Ladies will come against Northern City. These fixtures are going to be happening between February 31 and Saturday, November 1. These are the fixtures in the Women's Premier League. And this specifically is for the Northern Zone. Match day 1 of the Women's Premier League starts this weekend. From that, let's hear from Didier Drogba. There are many players in the English Premier League. However, he has chosen Mohamed Kudus as the player he likes the most in the competition. Prime Sports here with me, Muftau Nabila Abla. Head on to myjoyonline.com and read some more sports stories. Up next is PM Express Business Edition.